Yes, you have installed Madtracker and you find things aren't quite working. You might not be able to edit or you don't know how to do it. You have seen all my tutorials and still you cannot do things that I simply taught to do. So you need to change some things. It can be your drivers in your graphic card that's not set in the program. It can be many other things. Well, let's go to the configuration and then set it for perfect for the perfect settings for you. Um, you should if it's edit if it's marked, then unmark the multi-channel edit, because that will not allow you to edit anything unless you have marked the tracks with the right mouse button. So for beginning, this will not be a very good choice. You can always experiment with multi-channel edit later when you have get to know this program. Key jazz is a good thing to activate because you need to play two tunes at the same time. It will be, you can listen to make chords and other things. Backups, of course, everything here is cool. I always click this one, not this one, sorry, continue down. No sample I would like to be able to look at the sample, so I press this off. Do not loop songs. This one I also want to be off, because if I want to listen to a track repeatedly, I wouldn't like it to stop after one block if I just press the play button. Or if I like to listen to a few tracks repeatedly. So I think there should be a button in the Madtracker where you can choose loop on loop for the whole song, so you can do both. But anyway, I like it without looping the whole song, with looping the whole song. Connect to the chat startup. I would like to be able to choose when I want to go on the chat, so don't check that. Check for updates, that's good. Check the latest news, also okay. Sort plugins by alphabetical order, of course. Old pattern manager. This is probably the most important tool for me. It depends what you're used to, but the old tracker I used before Madtracker had a similar pattern manager. So, and I think this, even I tried the new one, I think the old one is actually the best. So definitely choose the old pattern manager, but anyway, you can get used to the new one, I think. New engine, experimental. I have used it. I haven't had any problem so far, but if your computer begin to act weird, try to switch it off. I haven't seen any defect with this one. Show tips on startups. That's always good for beginners. Everyone should read these tips carefully. Go to the new pattern position on mouse click. I don't use it, but hell, anyone can use it. It's a good thing. Fast tracker 2 behavior for spacebar key. That means when you press space, you'll activate the edit up here. So let's choose that. And old routing, less CPU but more limited. Definitely don't have to spend all the CPU, so we want to add this one too. Then apply, and you can see the pattern manager has completely changed. With this one you can easily insert the next one or delete and go up and down. It's quite easy to use this one. Let's continue to audio. Choose, if you have no extra drivers, Azure drivers, you can always download Azure for All, which is a quite good driver for many things. But at the moment, DX speaker, then your sound card. Mine is a Realtek high definition audio, but it could be an Sound Max or any other built-in sound card, or a creative sound card if you have that in your computer. Anyway, choose your DX speaker sound driver. and later on you can download the Azure for All. Or I did this. I wanted a driver that could multitask with other programs, so I can run like a software synth outside of Madtracker together with Madtracker, and when I created a beat. So I downloaded a demo of Cubase, or another Steinberg program which runs with Azure drivers. And this driver is called Azure DirectX Full Duplex. Now the demo doesn't work anymore, but the driver is still there and is working perfectly in Madtracker. So you can always do that. Anyway, if you buy an exterior sound card, there will be a driver as well for that. But for for beginning, you should choose this driver. And the buffer should be quite low. Normally, I think it would be at 512 or 1024, but you should put it firmly down, because the higher the buffer, the more CPU and the more lacking of the sound. MIDI, you don't have to mess with that unless you have exterior gear like a hardware synth connected to your sound card or MIDI card. Then you can always go here and add some delay milliseconds here if it comes later. It's quantization if you need it to be better latency. If you have a MIDI in, for example, you have USB connected or MIDI keyboard connected, or a sound card with a MIDI in, and you have your keyboard connected, choose here from this folder. Wave export will not be able, you will not have that on the trial version, the demo version of Madtracker, but as soon as you register, you can download these things, so you'll be able to export wave, which is very good, because you will export wave in very good quality. So I suggest you do that sooner or later. Display, you can choose different things here. Track numbering, show zeros. I normally don't use that because I get used to without zeros, but to get a little old school tracker style, you can show the old school, you can show the 00 applying here. You have the zeros here. It looks like a little more like old trackers, different kinds of trackers, but that's just what you're used to again. Should definitely have some numbers out here, so you know where on the block and the track you are. So and fading effects, I think is good. Hexadecimal, I wouldn't choose if I'm used to 64 patterns in track. So and anyway, if you follow my tutorials, you shouldn't use the hexadecimal, but that works in a value from 0 to 40 and in between some letters. That's a bit advanced. Show marks, yes, that should be it. Let's continue to the plugins. You have your browser here. You should go and browse where you have your browsers. Maybe you put it directly in the Madtracker's folder. That's what I actually suggest most people to put all their VST, whatever they download, put it in there, because it's a mess to have more than one VST folder. You can see Madtracker has a VST folder here. Just rescan VST plugins if you have downloaded any. All of the VSTs followed with Madtracker should already be in place, so that's just a good idea to do that. So that's it. That's how you set up Madtracker for yourself. Hope you will enjoy all the tutorials I've made. So that's all.